Thank you so very much. I'm honored to be here this evening. They've asked me to speak a bit about Miss Fanny's ball. When doing my research, I guess I'm more of a historian than I thought I was. Being an old woman like I am, I lived a lot of it, so now I'm so glad. I'm really, really glad that I'm able to be here and share this with you. Miss Fanny's ball was called Miss Fanny's Artist Ball, and it originated in the late 1950s, and it was very prominent in the 60s. The promoters of the affair was the Jolly Jesters Social Club. The ball was frequently patronized by African-American heterosexual community. The primary promoters during the 1960s were sisters Mrs. Jewel Livingston and her sister Irma. Mrs. Livingston was a social activist here in the city of St. Louis, and her primary work was implementing programs to enable young African Americans to succeed in the workforce. Her sister Irma was a successful cosmetologist, and that was the work that she did until she succumbed to cancer. I believe it was breast cancer. It's been such a long time, but I think I remember that's what it was. The ball was always held on Halloween night, October 31st, no matter what night of the week it was held. And this was because it was the only time that men could dress in women's clothing in public. It was common practice to apprehend and arrest the contestants upon their exit from the Masonic Auditorium after 12 o'clock midnight. They were hauled into jail, and they were sent to court, whereupon they were charged with the term masquerading. I don't have the time to tell you about the time that I was arrested for masquerading, but nonetheless, I experienced that. This policy by the police was also enacted upon other impersonators leaving the bars and parties after 12 midnight. As a matter of fact, one of those arrests led to a civil lawsuit. I believe the Mandrake Society and all of that is affiliated with that lawsuit. Contestants from other citywide balls and contests, they frequented Miss Fanny's ball after attending Caucasian-held affairs, such as the Mandrake Society Ball. A frequent attendee was none other than the Lady Harvey, and the winner of Miss Fanny's Ball in 1966, Jimmy Walker, AKA Betty Davis. Those of us who knew her loved her. She was quite a character. There was a walk-on usually of about 20 contestants, and the contestant that looked the most like a woman was chosen the winner. So my earliest recollection was in 1962. The contestant who won was Vincent Hope. I have not been able to get a copy of the World newspaper because Vincent was the poster child for that ball for many, many years. No matter who won, Vincent's picture was on the post. I won it in 1971 and in 1976. I'm one of the few contestants who won it. Thank you so very much. I'm one of the few contestants who won it at least twice. Another contestant, one whom I haven't seen in quite a while, was Lloyd Scott. Lloyd won it as well for about 2 or 3 times. That was before I did. So, and I'm going to share this quick story with you about Jimmy Walker. When Jimmy Walker won Miss Fanny's Ball in 1966, it was my first time entering the contest. Being 19 years old, and I really, really wanted to win. But nonetheless, Jimmy came in and all these Caucasian impersonators, and Jimmy won. I took off my shoe, and I threw my shoe. I was at the back of the auditorium, say like from this podium all the way back up to there. Somehow I hit Jimmy in the head with my shoe. Many years later, just before Jimmy died, I said, Jimmy, after I'd come to know him, and I told him what happened, and it was me, and we both had a big laugh. Yeah, but as I said, the contest was based upon the contestant that looked the most like a woman. So here I am. There were other prize categories. Of course, Miss Fanny's the winner. As I mentioned, Lloyd Scott and myself. There was also the popularity contest, and that went to the audience favorite. That was a person who the audience really, really liked, however, not necessarily the contestant that looked the most like a woman. So they came up with that category. Two of the most notable people that won that category were Elaine York and Walter Fields. The best dressed for Miss Fanny's, which was another category, I won that in 1975. Anyhow, so throughout its history, Miss Fanny's Ball has been held in several venues across St. Louis City and County, as well as the Metro East. It was originally held 4500 Olive Boulevard, as you can see from the photo on the map, and that building is still standing today. The Jolly Jesters held it there. Then that ball, after they stopped doing that, after Jewel and Irma were no longer affiliated with it, the ball was promoted by several other promoters. It was also held at the Charles R. Shaw Hall on 3110 North Union Boulevard. This was in the late 1980s, and it was held by local cosmetologist Miss Marilyn Saunders. She held Miss Fanny's Ball there for several years. She's the sister, well, she was the sister of Lamont McLemore of the singing group The Fifth Dimensions. The winner of the 1986 ball, whom I crowned, was Jasmine Alexander. In 1987, the winner was none other than Miss Alexis Principal. Many of you, I'm sure, know what a fantastic entertainer she is. It was also held at Consul Plaza on the site of St. Louis University, right there where the Starbucks is and the new student housing there. It was also held at the Sheldon Concert Hall. The promoter at that time was none other than Vicky Valentino. It also was held in about several other places in the 6300 block of West Florissant at the Imperial Ballroom, which was owned by Mr. George Edict, and also the spot where Ike and Tina Turner performed on many occasions. It was also held at the Northland Shopping Center, which is now the Buzz Westfall Shopping Center. It is now held at the Ambassador, which is on Halls Ferry at Lucas and Hunt. The promoters from 1998 until now was local radio personality Lou Times Jr., also known as The Real JR, the co-sponsors Bubbling Brown Sugar, and hosted by Vicky Valentino, and that ball is still going on to this day. As a matter of fact, the ball will be held, I think it's November 2nd. We no longer have to have it on Halloween night because it's not illegal anymore to masquerade. Okay? There are winners from the national stage who have won this title, so it wasn't just limited to the city of St. Louis. There was Pam of New York City, Raquel Lord, who's a former Miss International show queen, also LaWanda Jackson, who is a nationally known female impersonator, National EOY, Black Universe, Miss USA, Raquel Lord, LaWanda Page, Miss USA Classic, and worked in the show La Cage aux Folles in Las Vegas, Nevada. Miss Fanny's Ball of St. Louis was not the only ball held in the St. Louis area. In the early 1970s, Pat Haynes of East St. Louis, Illinois, hosted for several years the Metro East Fanny's Ball. The ball was given at the Clyde C. Jordan Community Center in East St. Louis, Illinois. Notable winners from that ball were our own St. Louis and Morgan Montgomery, and also myself. I was the winner in 1975. I would be remiss if I did not pass on this bit of LGBT history that has helped shape the entertainer that I am today. I have been blessed to travel the world internationally. I sing for five-star hotels in Asia and the Middle East, and I've considered it quite a blessing. And without this group, it has, I don't know, it was part of an early training ground for me, seriously, to enter Miss Fanny's Ball and to become the entertainer that I have become as today. Okay? So in January of 1972, after winning Miss Fanny's Ball, I was approached by a local promoter, Mr. Theo Thomas, to join his touring performance in the Powder Puff Review. The Powder Puffs were entertainers for local dances sponsored by the local male and female heterosexual social clubs. We performed popular songs of the day through lip sync as well as lookalikes. I was hired to sing live because of my background in music and theater. I was a music and theater major before I changed my major to elementary education and became an elementary school teacher. And to this day, I'm thankful for that as well. I truly have been blessed to have been born a boy and able to live my life as I do to this day, because there are so many who have not gotten to enjoy that privilege. Several of my fellow entertainers would later become winners of Miss Fanny's Artist Ball, notably Jan Hollis, Michelle Doss, Carol Yvonne, Jackie Wells, and photos of these entertainers you can find in the book, Mr. Stephen Brawley's History, which is an absolutely wonderful publication. Miss Fanny's Ball has been ongoing in St. Louis LGBT community for more than half a century. That's a long time. And it's going on at least 60 years now, I think at least 60, maybe closer to 75. But notably, the ball has been and is and will continue to be a mainstay in the St. Louis LGBT community. So I would like to thank the project and all of you for this opportunity to give you a short, brief history of my knowledge of Miss Fanny's Ball and its impact on the LGBT community in the city of St. Louis. Thank you so much.